I'm here at the Sedona Mountain Bike Festival with Ian from Wayfarer Vans, and he's going to show me his plug-and-play camper van kit. So we know the Sprinter van thing is a huge thing, but he is attacking the micro van market, and I think he's about the only guy doing it. So let's check it out.
The van comes just like a standard cargo van, so you pick it up from like any Dodge dealer, or you can pick it up new or used or whatever you want. And it's just basically a tin box. And so you drive it home, and say you pre-ordered with us, you know, a kit. Everything that you see in here comes in the kit. And so it's kind of 3 boxes. We call it the bench box up front, the bed box here, and then the kitchen box. We made it so that the kitchen box kind of bat wings, so you can be inside and cook. We like to ski and go out during the tough weekends, and so stay nice and cozy inside. The panels too are magnetic, and so you can pull those guys off and dust them off if it gets super dirty, rinse them off, do whatever. But you don't need to glue or screw anything down, and there's no permanent alterations to the van. My wife and I, we were camping in our Honda Element, and it was like, you know, it's just big enough where we could both sleep in there and just be kind of tacoed. And I'm like, man, this really is like a little too small. It might be okay with one person, but 2 people, you know, not so much. And I've always kind of looked at camper vans, and I thought, man, they're really cool, but I want something smaller because I don't want to drive around a Sprinter van or any of the bigger ones, because, you know, I want to use it as my day-to-day too. I'm not going to pay for another car payment, you know, insurance and all that, and then it just sits in my driveway or storage or whatever, you know, for most of the time. Just wanted something small, easy to drive around. You can parallel park it in the city, and then covert camp too. We were camping here last night, and probably will through the rest of the festival. And so the car gets great gas mileage. You can pick up one used for about $15,000 to $16,000 now, and I sell a complete kit, everything that you see inside here, for $5,100, and that's delivered to your door. And so really you're kind of getting in, if you buy it used for a pretty good price, you're getting into pretty much a new camper van for $21,000 to $22,000, whereas, you know, your next option is like a Sprinter van or someplace else where you're waiting 3 to 6 or even 12 months for your camper van to come in, and then it's like $40,000 just for the base model, and then you got to build the thing out too. Really, that's just what I wanted to do, was break down that kind of barrier where you buy the van, it's fairly simple, you know, it's very affordable, and then all the kit's pre-assembled. You don't have to do anything, you know, you don't have to assemble it together, or, you know, it's not like putting together IKEA furniture. So it shows up at your doorstep, and really if you have like an hour's worth of time in the afternoon on like a Friday, you just bolt your kit in and then you're on your way. Our purpose, we want to try to keep it as roomy as possible. You know, it's a small van, and so we tried to utilize all the space that we possibly could without, you know, kind of cluttering the vehicle. So it's all really simple, but we spent about really a year and a half just defining and refining our dimensions so that, you know, the height of the boxes aren't too tall, but they're not too short, and it's, you know, how comfortable is it? You know, I'm an average size guy, and so, you know, I'm like 5'10", and so, like, you know, I'm going to build it for this kind of range and just make it as comfortable as possible. But the table, when you're ready to sleep at night, it actually folds up against the wall. So we built this bracket that bolts to the side of the van, and then that's what holds your table, and then you just flip it up against the wall, secure it against the wall, and then when you're ready to sleep, you take off your cushion here. There's legs that you screw into the top of this bench box, and you flip the whole thing over, and then the whole thing becomes your bed platform. And so it's about the size of a twin size bed. And so my wife and I, we camp every weekend, and there's enough storage here too in the box for 2 sleeping bags. You know, we bring 2 rumple blankets, 2 sleeping pads, all of her stuff, all of my stuff, and then like the bike gear goes up in the pod. And so again, we try to kind of maximize the space and the storage space, And so there's quite a bit here. There's lots of storage in the bench box up front, lots of storage in here. And so, we can go off and with 2 people, just go off and, hang out for 4 or 5 days.
So you guys know one of the themes of this channel is basically, I keep talking to these people that are trying to follow their own dream and start their own thing, and Ian is no exception to that. He started this up and quit his job a few months ago, and he's doing it full time. And how do you feel about that, Ian?
Well, moments of elation and anxiety. I would say waves of it. What I really like is, when somebody reaches out to me via email or Facebook, and they send me photos of, them. There's a guy named Bill Estes, who's just super excited about his van, and he sends me all these photos like, oh man, we went to Death Valley, we went to Joshua Tree, we did all these things. He's like, I love it, it's so much fun. And so that's really what I get the most joy out of, is like, giving people that ability to go out there and just do the things that, at first they're maybe a little bit hesitant about, but you're carrying the food, you're carrying all your camping gear, and so it just makes it comfortable and easy to get out there.
Yeah, man. I agree 100%, because I get the same thing. I get all kinds of comments from people saying, oh man, you inspired me to go ride and go out on my mountain bike, and that has made just such an impact on me, and made such an impact on the world somehow through this channel. So I'm so jazzed about it too. So like, these are my people. These type of guys are my people. So it's been awesome.
And like for people that look at the Sprinter vans and things like that, and I think that's a great kind of like intro to the whole van life movement. But you know what? I couldn't afford something like that, and so I just wanted something easy. And it's like, I just want to zip out there on a weekend and then hang out and just be outside and riding my mountain bike and skiing, and
it's like when we solve our own problems, that's when cool stuff happens. Like, I never saw any good mountain bike videos that I really enjoyed until I saw Nate Hills and his gimbal, and I was like, oh, yeah, I could do this. And so we kind of solve our own problems.
Yeah, and yours is great. It's like, every time I'm watching your videos, I just get into this trance. Like, oh man, you just feel like in it, and I love your commentary too.
Cool.
It's awesome.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Ian.
Cool.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching, you guys. I'll see you on the trail.